Hello, everybody. Namaskar. I'm Meenakshi Narula. Welcome you to my channel, Mentoring the Mentors. In today's video, we're going to talk about some strategies that we can use in our classes to make our classrooms engaging, have more fun, etc. So, first of all, I just would like to tell you, as teachers, we keep on exploring number of strategies. But in today's video, we especially going to talk about how we can use Pratyaksha Pramana in our classes to make learning engaging and even student centered. So as you can see here, the image is there in front of you. What are the children doing here in this image? They are doing some experiment, hands-on learning is there. So some science classes there, as we can see from the board, Newton's law, the children are making some experiment. I can see it shows basically the first law of motion, right? Isn't it? The object remains in the same state unless external force is applied on it, right? So what are they doing? They are not learning theoretically, but they are learning by doing. So this is how I just want to say we can use Pratyaksha Pramana in our classes. This graphic organizer will give you a glimpse like how we can use this in different classrooms. In sciences, we can use various experiments as it was shown in the image too, and though we have been doing it. We can either take the students to the lab or we can conduct some activities in the classroom too, simple experiments, hands-on activities, etc. And nowadays in our schools, we are having math lab too. We can have that practical exposure for our students. Real life objects can be brought to the class, or maybe the children, they can be taken to the lab, so that the abstract concepts, they can be made tangible for the children. Likewise, we have geography lab, social sciences lab as well. So for that, you can use some of the material, equipment like globes, etc. The children, they can learn it from that, and some other activities can be done. For example, they can go outside and they can observe the sun's position, understanding the real world geography instead of memorization. So for example, the plant growth observation, it is there. So instead of explaining the growth verbally, let students plant seeds and they'll be able to document everything. So this is how they can maintain their journal, right? And slowly and gradually they will be able to reflect on their learning, right? They'll be able to monitor the growth of the plant rather than just discussing the same in the class. So this is the glimpse of using Pratyaksha Pramana in teaching in a classroom. Now, what else we can do in the class? As you can see here in the image, you can very well guess the children have been taken outside for a field trip, right? So yes, field trips and the real world observation, they also come under Pratyaksha Pramana, visiting educational websites, observing everyday phenomena, nature walks, going to the museum, maybe taking them to the banks, post office, or maybe other places. So all the visits, excursions, they can be considered over there. So they will be able to explore, learn after the observation, they can document, and this can be followed by different worksheets, right, where they will be able to reflect on their learning. So these are the examples in front of you. You can use these in your classes. And apart from it, as you can see here, what the children, they are doing, again, they are involved in some hands-on activities, they are learning, right? So we are talking about various demonstrations and the live models. So using models, charts, live demonstrations, real world examples, hands-on learning, etc. This also can be provided to the students. We have got different labs also, where as age appropriate activities can be done either by the students, or I mean, if the material is equipment is not like that, the children can handle it. So in that case, the demonstrations can also be done, right? So we objective is to make abstract ideas tangible. Though Pratyaksha Pramana says we need to see those things with our own senses, we need to feel that, right? But it can also be internal or external. But along with that, I must say, everything we can't see with our own eyes. For example, if we have to talk about the planets, sun, etc., we can't take the students to those planets to see. So what do we need to do that? In that case, we would require some simulations, right? That also is considered under Pratyaksha Pramana. And here, as you can see here in the image, what I'm going to talk about, yes, you guessed it right. They're the role plays, right? Role plays, dance, drama, etc. So enacting the various historical events, the children, they can act it out, bringing history to life and making learning interactive and fun. So various role plays in social sciences can be done, like courtroom scenarios, parliamentary debates, cultural traditions, etc. So they can simulate even trade and business, understand supply and demand. I mean, in commerce also the same can be done. So learning practical financial concepts. So such kinds of activities can be done through role plays and dramatization. So this is what can you just guess after looking at the image? Yes, we are talking about the sensory experiences that also comes under Pratyaksh Pramana, that even says Pratyaksh Prati Aksh, that is in front of our eyes, right? So sensory based learning, tactile learning, hands-on learning, touching different textures, exploring shapes and materials, enhancing sensory awareness. It also has auditory learning, food tasting. I mean, we are talking about taste, touch, smell, everything that gives us exposure to various, you see, things in our surroundings, and we are able to know about them. That enhances our knowledge, right? Through our taste buds, through our ears, through our sense of touch, that is a tactile learning. So this kind of sensory awareness is very good, develops the sensory differentiation in the learners. As you can see here in this image, the children, they are observing, right? So observation also comes under Pratyaksh Pramana, observing social and the natural phenomena, social behavior, interactions, market trend, classroom experiments, observation based tasks, they are also there. Social issue analysis can be also be done. They can observe and report, suppose in the surroundings they see the traffic congestion, why it is there, they can identify the cause and effect, they can propose some practical solutions to it, right? And even observation based tasks, right? I'm going from bottom to the top. First, I have discussed about social issues, and now let's talk about observation based tasks. Let them record the daily changes, what is happening in the weather. Accordingly, they can have their own journal, they can note it down, they can track the movement of the shadow, they can observe the phases of the moon. And even various classroom experiments can be done, like very simple experiments like rusting of iron, observation of germination of seeds, etc., or various physical and chemical changes can be very easily explained in the classes, right? And the various, as I've already shared with you, the change of seasons, etc., I mean, these kinds of discussions should be done in the classes. They all come under Pratyaksh Pramana. Now, as you can see here, yes, this is technology. We are talking about technology integration. As I've already shared with you, everything can not be shown in the classroom, but through virtual reality, immersively learning, or AR, VR is possible nowadays. So immersive learning experiences can be provided to the students. You can use Google Earth, right? Google Art and Culture, where the students will be able to get exposure to visiting various spaces, which actually it is not possible to visit the places in person. So online simulations, they are there. You are aware of the O labs, Amrita O lab, FET, etc. The same can be used for various experiments on this Diksha portal. Go to virtual labs. You are having different language labs too. So augmented reality, as I've already discussed, making abstract subjects visually interactive, overlaying digital content on real world objects. And even 3D solar system exploration, as I've already told you, which is not possible, the experience that we cannot provide in the real classroom, we can provide, we can take help of technology for that. So here, what is happening? You see, inquiry-based learning we are talking about. So encouraging inquiry-based learning, which fosters curiosity, hands-on exploration, seeing in believing. Like one example is already given, like density experiment, etc., etc. So fostering curiosity, how we can foster curiosity? When students, they ask questions and they are even guided, they are monitored, they are encouraged, they are mentored to find the answers on their own, and even discovering through direct experiences, moving beyond theoretical explanations. Various hands-on activities can be done. Very simple example, like mixing of the colors and to just observe the outcome, right? Maybe dropping the objects to just observe the motion. So such kinds of very simple experiments, they are very easy to conduct in the class. And we do say that seeing is believing. प्रत्यक्ष को प्रमाण की आवश्यकता नहीं. So observing real world phenomena, drawing conclusion from those experiences, that strengthens the critical thinking of the children. Right? A very simple experiment. I have given here the example, the density of the different objects. If we want to check, what we will be doing is, what we can do is we can take some tub of water, and in that the children, they keep on putting in some objects, and they can check the density of the water objects. They are floating and sinking, and they'll be able to understand the same through hands-on activity, through their own experience. So this is also the Pratyaksha Praman of the activity. So now, this is how we'll be able to incorporate Pratyaksha Pramana in teaching, looking into the benefit of direct perception in learning. It makes learning more engaging, easier to understand, memorable, and practical, right? So they are able to use all of their senses, because we are using visual demonstration, we are using hands-on activities, they are listening to the real world sounds too, they are recognizing those sounds, and the practical experiments, they are there. So incorporate real world examples, use interactive teaching methods, and promote curiosity through direct experience. So this is what I just wanted to talk about. We can use Pratyaksh Pramana very easily in the classroom. So thank you very much for watching my videos. If you really appreciate my initiative of sharing my videos with you, just subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and share the videos in your community as well. Thank you all of you. Stay tuned, stay blessed.